Hello everyone. This video is going to be covering how to get involved in the governance process for SNS DAOs. This governance is critical to any SNS project, and as a token holder for any of these current or future projects, it's important to understand the implications of these proposals and the reward mechanisms built in to incentivize your participation. First, we'll start off with how the process works and why it's so important. SNS DAOs are built upon the same concept that keeps the entire ICP network functional and decentralized, known as the Network Nervous System, or NNS. It uses neurons with all the same general functionality as an ICP neuron, and the reward scheme is based on the voting rewards used in the network nervous system. The key differences are that these SNS DAOs are project specific, and the associated team for the DAO has some flexibility to configure aspects of the reward scheme and the minimum and maximum dissolve delays to fit the nature of their project and strategy. The proposals pushed for each DAO have a varying level of significance to the associated project, and they are filtered by type to make the most critical proposals obvious. Some of these proposals might involve minting tokens, moving treasury funds, or interaction with other critical components of the project or platform in question, so it's something any token holder should take seriously. And by actively participating in adopting or rejecting these proposals, you're able to earn the associated token with your neuron based on the amount you've staked, your neuron age, and the dissolve delay that you've set. Your rewards show up as maturity, just like an ICP neuron, and they will accrue on your neuron until you decide to disperse or stake it. Luckily, we're not all required to manually review and act on every proposal out there, because this would get tiresome for highly active projects. The Dfinity team has handled this process very elegantly by making it not only possible to follow another neuron to mimic their votes, but you can also follow specific neurons for specific types of proposals. For example, you may trust a neuron to vote on your behalf for certain non-critical proposal types, but opt to vote manually or use somebody else's neuron for things like minting tokens or transferring treasury funds. These are careful considerations to make if you're planning to be active in any DAO, and taking this seriously could help to prevent malicious behavior by third parties or even a project's team. That being said, I'm going to show you exactly how you can view, sort, and vote on proposals, and how you can follow other neurons to ensure you maximize your rewards and keep your neuron active. I'll be covering this process using the ICLight interface rather than the NNS interface. However, the process is similar and the terminology on both interfaces is very similar, if not identical. However, ICLight does have some advantages like support for wallets that the NNS interface does not, like hardware wallets or the Plug wallet add-on, as well as a plethora of other useful features built into the site. Now, you'd begin by connecting your wallet in the top right of the platform. Once that's done, you can navigate to the SNS interface by hovering over the ICLight tab at the top of the page. Once here, we need to select neurons, and then we'll have a drop-down menu where we can select our desired project. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using ICL neurons. Once selected, we're able to manage existing neurons or create new ones. Once we have neurons eligible to vote displaying here, we're able to select the following option here if we want to automate voting for this neuron. Or we can navigate to the Proposals tab toward the top to manually participate and see what is actively being voted on. If we're going to follow neurons to automate this process, most people will generally rely on the project's team neuron or other trusted neurons in the associated community, so doing a little research is advised to make sure you're confident in your choices. For my neurons, I'm following the IC Lighthouse team neuron, which we've posted on our Discord in the announcements section, and most projects will likely have a similar setup. However, the more diversity a community has on this front, the more secure and decentralized the DAO will be, so that's something to bear in mind. For voting manually or viewing proposals, we'll switch over to the Proposals tab. This page functions very similarly to the Neurons tab with a drop-down menu for project selection, and then you're able to sort by proposal type and status. For voting purposes, we'd want to focus on proposals with an open status, but we're able to review any adopted or rejected proposals here as well if we're interested in what happened. Upon clicking a proposal, we can see a bunch of technical details and a general outline of the proposal type and purpose. This one is in regard to transferring Treasury funds to pay a company which audited the ICDEX platform, and attached is a link to the audit report. Knowing this to be legitimate, it makes sense for me to select Adopt. However, if I was unsure, then it'd be something I'd need to dig deeper into to make sure I vote the right way. Generally, this kind of effort is more than most people are willing to put forward, but for those who do, you're making the DAO much safer for everyone and helping to shape the direction of the project in question. Hopefully this video has given you a deeper understanding of the SNS voting and rewards process, and thank you for watching.